you better take a look at it.
Thanks. How's it, guys? In this video, I'll be walking you through a 50 pip trade setup that I took using my Dawn Strike trading model, an ICT-based trading model that I share with my private trading community, in which subscribers have access to my real-time trading activity, a community of like-minded individuals, weekly market analysis, a curation of ICT's free educational resources, live Q&A sessions, and live trading live streams. This trade setup was also one of the many that I share with that private trading community as well. But to start off the video, you saw me enter a sell limit order at 116.80 for the euro US dollar, and then I set a 50 pip take profit with a stop loss at 20 pips. This is the moment when my sell limit order is triggered, putting me in short in the euro US dollar. Now, to go over the framework behind the trade setup, I'll start by explaining the Dawn Strike trading model, which is a model that leverages the 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Eastern time window in the London session to capture the daily range extremes, which are lows for a bullish bias and daily highs for a bearish bias, and aligns with the power of 3 theory for optimal entries to capture daily range expansions. I use the Asian range and 5-minute time frame order blocks to identify key changes in market delivery for precise high probability trades. And in this specific setup, you see me compare the US dollar index to the left on TradingView and the euro US dollar to the right on MT5, which hosts my prop firm account. For this trade setup, I have a bullish bias on the US dollar index, which is what I use as a barometer to gauge the price action that I'm anticipating in the euro US dollar. And the Dawn Strike model presents itself after the US dollar index trades below its Asian range low and forms a potential low of the day between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Eastern time, followed by a 5-minute time frame change in the state of delivery to confirm the probabilities of that low of the day forming in the US dollar index, and then triggering me to enter the sell limit order in the euro US dollar for the trade setup. For the sell limit order, I use a fair value gap for institutional order flow entry drill, and I'm anticipating that the US dollar index will run for its Asian range high and as much as its previous day high, and flip that idea to the bearish side for the euro US dollar, seeking its Asian range low and ultimately its previous day's low for a daily range expansion where I can get 25 pips if I'm scalping, 50 pips if I'm day trading, and 75 pips if I'm short-term trading the weekly range. You can watch that big candle to the right of the actual 5-minute time frame candles to understand how I'm using the daily range, because that candle represents the live daily candle for this particular trading session. And you can see how my stop loss order is above the high of the day, and I'm looking for a bearish expansion in that daily candle for the euro US dollar. So I'm looking for it to flip bearishly and for me to profit as it trades bearishly and the US dollar index trades to the upside. At this moment, you see me lower my stop loss order in order to trim some risk off of the trade. And I do this because I'm anticipating monetary policy data at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, which you can track on the TradingView charts as highlighted on the screen. And this monetary policy data relates to the British pound, which will affect the Euro GBP and ultimately affects the Euro US dollar and also the US dollar index through some form of volatility. Therefore, I adjust the risk on the trade in preparation for that event. I'm also thinking at this moment that there is also a high impact US dollar related release at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and therefore I would like to have majority, if not all of the position off by that time, as this trading account that I'm trading for this prop firm isn't allowed to trade through high impact news data. So I also have to manage the position according to that. At this moment, I take 70% of the position off as partial profit, and then I lower my stop loss order below break even. I then trim another 10% of the position off for more partial profit and lower my stop loss further to secure just a bit more profit. Once again, I take another 10% of the trade off for partial profits as it's presented to me, and then I leave the rest of the position for my take profit order at 50 pips. Eventually, I manually closed the position just ahead of my take profit order as we crossed the 8 a.m. Eastern Time mark. And as I mentioned earlier, there's the trade release that I'm anticipating for the US dollar at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and this account is not allowed to trade through high impact data. Leave a like and subscribe for more trade setups like this one, and leave a comment in the comment section of what type of content you'd like me to produce in the future. However, with that, that's it from me, and stay safe.